Hi, it's Dr. Tara Scott from Revitalize Medical Group. Today I want to talk about food intolerances. So what is the difference between food allergies or food intolerances? Well, a food allergy is usually immediate sensitivity. For example, my daughters, if they eat peanuts, immediately there will be a reaction. There will be hives, they will get some oral symptoms, they will get tingling, possibly throat closing. And so what happens in the body is your body is sensitized to the peanut. So it develops an immunoglobulin called IgE, and that your body's immune response instantly makes that in defense of that. So each time you eat a food, the allergic response is even higher. And so usually allergists have a specific way of testing for that. They can test for IgE in the blood, or they can do a scratch test where they actually put the antigens on your arms and poke holes with a little bit of serum that has that reagent in it, for example, a peanut. And if your skin gets hives from being exposed to that, that means you have an allergy. So that certainly is an important allergic response and something that you should avoid if you ever have IgE. So what is a food intolerance? Well, a food intolerance is usually a delayed sensitivity. So while your skin has a lot of IgE, your sinuses have a lot of IgA, and delayed response in the gut have IgA or IgG. Those are all different types of immunoglobulins, and they have different functions in your body. So a food intolerance would have a positive IgG to a certain food. It's not as quick as the immediate response, and the symptoms might not be as sudden and noticeable. So for example, if I eat milk or I drink milk, well, now they're kind of settled because I've eliminated from that, but I have an IgG response to that. So what that means is when it first happened, I didn't have hives and I didn't have throat closing and I didn't have shortness of breath. I had fatigue, I had problems sleeping, I had gut issues, inflammation in the gut, GI response. And so the symptoms aren't always clearly defined, and it's not always immediately after. It could be days to week after you eat the food. So the testing is a little bit different. It's usually serum testing. Sometimes you can do certain types of saliva testing or stool testing that measure for those antigens, those immunoglobulins in your stool or your saliva. But we do blood testing at Revitalize, and we like to see what the food sensitivity is. And the good news is the treatment's relatively simple. There's a short term maybe of some healing of the gut, and it's avoidance of the foods. And usually we want to find out why you had a reaction to that, because it seems like now there's a lot more food allergies than there was when I was growing up. So if you have any of those symptoms of mental fog or sleep issues or feeling drugged or sleepy after you eat a food, or diarrhea or constipation or bloating, that could be a food allergy and you may want to get checked.